Hey, welcome everyone back to Wizards Pregame. We got Cardo W. Jr. joining us live from Capital One Arena. The Bulls taking on the Wizards tonight. For Washington, finally the loss of the Nets. They come home for a few games, the last home stand of the season. They play Chicago twice this week to finish out their season series. Cardell is obviously, as you mentioned, he's here for the second game. The third game is on Thursday. Chicago comes into tonight's game on a 7-game slide. Washington is on a 6-game slide. Cardell, you brought up a great point there in pregame for the next game. It's really about evaluation. It's an evaluation period for the rest of the season. We go through these last five games. That said, the Bulls are 29 and 49 on the year. They're in the midst of some changes in the front office. We've seen some things going on over there on this side of things. The Bulls won the first game of this season series back on November 22nd, 121 to 120. The ever-changing injury report. The Wizards will be missing Tristan Vukovic, Trey Young, Alex Starr, Keyshawn George, and Whitmore. Chicago will be without Nick Richards, Anthony Simons, Colin Sexton, LaShane Aldridge, and Patrick Williams are questionable. And for the Wizards, Trey Johnson looks like he had been ruled out. Cardell, who should we keep on an eye on tonight? Similar to the game against the Nets, from an evaluation standpoint, along with the keys to tonight's game.
Yeah, I'm gonna start on the side with the visitors, the Bulls, man. Three names kind of come to mind for me. Obviously, Trey Jones, still a young development player, point guard, to see if he can, kind of with the influx of guys that they got that are out, and who knows what may happen in all season. We all saw the news where the GM and pretty much the main decision makers in the front office got let go. A lot of these guys that are playing, still, they might be playing for other teams. We don't know until the off season comes, man. So, with Trey Jones, who I always kind of, always like, even, his days in college, Duke and whatnot. I think he's he's a consummate pro as far as being a point guard. I think he's a pass-first point guard, small, and that's kind of why he's always kind of been in the more of a reserve back of row, sometimes starter, but not a consistent starter. I'm interested to see what he does with the opportunity to just to kind of have the keys. And also Rob Dillingham, kind of getting a chance to play and flourish after, being traded from Minnesota. We all know what his reputation is going back to high school, natural scorer, but he had to learn how to be a pro point guard in a sense, man. Because being a two at his size and not being a super freak athlete is tough. It's different in the league than even in college, man. So, I think he's learning how to pick his spots and whatnot. But like I said, I'm excited to see what he does tonight. The battle, youngins from both sides of of the coin, so to speak, man, because the Wizards got some guys that need to still try to prove themselves as well. I'll get to them in a second. And, you can't forget about Leonard Miller, man. Leonard Miller, another guy that came up from Minnesota. He's another guy that's kind of getting this opportunity to, again, show what he can do in this league. If not for the Bulls, then for someone else, man. And I think that's what these type of games are all about. You still got something to play for. You might be playing for your career and don't even know it. You know what I mean? So you can't come out here slacking. It's an opportunity. It's your job. You get paid well to do it. Go out there and do what you're supposed to do, man, and make it go. And actually, honestly, Patrick Williams, man. Patrick Williams is another one, man. He started out showing flashes of, a great promise, man. And, he got hurt. They wanted to invest in him. They gave him a big deal. And it just haven't clicked, man. It really hasn't. Averaging 6 points a game, 2 rebounds. It's been 36% shooting from the field, 34% from deep. It's been a struggle for him, over the last few years, man. We gotta keep it real. He went from, being a 10-4 guy getting the deal because they was. Like I said, he showed flashes of his potential, but he never could put it all together. And then I think he got caught up in the thing where the front office, they don't want to admit they made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? When after a few years, it's like, nah, it ain't that. And it's crazy, man. He drafted in 2020. You look up.
Welcome in. Happy
you get ready for the 26-27 season, man. It went that quick. And, 6 years, if it's 6 years in, you ain't figured it out. You know, he's still fairly young at 24. You all know what the league does, man. They move on, man. So, you know, he still got something to play. And obviously on the Wizards side, you know, the young core that is going to play, like Bub and all the guys. And I love Bub. Shout out to Bub, man. Bub don't take games off. Bub don't take games off, man. He plays, man. And he plays with that same joy, like if he's a little kid, man. And I love that about him, man. He lives, eats, breathes something else basketball that I won't say on camera, man. I respect that a lot about him. Just seeing him grow. And obviously Will Riley, man, he's just been impressive.
Hey, man,
Started off slow. He had to get used to the NBA game. Went down to the G. And it's something about the G that if you belong up here, it motivates you. When you get back up here, you're not going back down. And he ain't went back down. And matter of fact, he like, not only am I not going back down, somebody minutes and spot in trouble next year. Now I know what to expect. I know how to work on the off season. Yeah, I'm coming in here, and you can just tell he got that winner DNA in him, that spirit. Like, this ain't gonna happen next year. Not on my watch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming in here ready to go, man. So yeah, man, just a battle of young guys that's looking to kind of improve themselves and solidify themselves as being NBA players, man. If not, they're gonna have to go back down to the G. If not, you know, I'm sure it's jobs overseas for guys with NBA resumes.
Like you said, the biggest thing when you talk about Patrick Williams, it happens fast. Like I know several times a year we don't hear talk about different topics across the league, different situations for players or even teams. It happens so freaking fast. You don't realize it. Like you said, for Pat Williams, it's only been 6 years. It's like the Bulls on their third regime in 6 years. You know what I'm saying? He's playing for his NBA career in 6 years. You can talk about here. It's not the same regime. It's been 6 years. This is another regime. Like, it changes so quick. And, you know, we came in this year, we knew what it was going to be in terms of they had to secure their pick and all that. And then you have the trade for the veterans. So just that quick, it goes from, hey, man, you know, it is what it is to now next year, you better step on the gas because now it went from no expectations to expectations all of a sudden because of the vets. And then even there's pressure on the vets where they don't have to keep you beyond anything because low key it's tied to the kids already too. Alex is another one we've seen here and there this year, but he took a step forward. So, you know, I'm sure they feel good about that. So, like, as much as they be in trading what they mean, like, there's a world where Washington can easily pivot off of that. Again, my point is being it happens so quick. Why, as you said, these evaluation periods are so important. But we hope you guys enjoyed tonight's game. Cardell gave you a list of guys on both sides to keep an eye on, and we'll check in with you guys afterwards on the Wizards Outlook.